Good morning everyone and welcome back to the YouTube. It's been a while. This is going to be a new series where I upload 1 to 2 videos every week, and it's basically just going to be my whole off season. So I'm not too sure what I'll call it, maybe like the growth era or Project Mass, I don't know, something. That sounds cringe. I'll find something new to call it, but this is going to be episode 1. Today is a rest day and I've got a decent amount of time so I can record a YouTube video. It's going to be a nice day as well. Me and Riv are going to go down to Cornwall, to Newquay, about an hour away, and have a nice little day out, some normality, because the last 5 weeks have been so busy. So it'll be nice to have a nice day with her. I have to do my check-in. I'm now 3 weeks post-show, so once I've done my check-in, I'm going to go through my current plans, my current setup in terms of nutrition, training, and how the last 3 weeks have been for me post-show. And then we will crack on with the day. Check-in is done and I'll put some pictures up on the screen. So I'll compare 1 day post-show to 3 weeks post-show, and I feel like I'm dealing with my reverse very well. This morning my weight was 79.9 kilos, which is I think 3 kilos up from my stage weight. So bearing in mind the day after stage I was like a kilo and a little bit up. Post stage weight with 3 kilos up, however the last few weeks I've gained probably like 1.5 kilos maybe. So we are dealing with post-show very well. And speaking of post-show, I think the main reason why I'm dealing with it really well is routine. I have basically kept my prep routine the same going into this growth phase or off season. So talking about routine, let's go through my morning routine. So I am currently getting up at the same time as I was on prep, which is around 6 o'clock, sometimes a little bit earlier if my body allows it. As soon as I get up, I have a hydration drink. So I'm currently having a scoop of Hydromax from Strom and some creatine. I have that with 750 mils of water. I get this down before I have a coffee just to hydrate myself. And normally what I'll do is I'll drink this whilst doing my cardio or doing cardio, and then once I've done cardio I can have a coffee and get on and do my cardio, which I'm doing every day, 15 minutes every single day, apart from 1 day which is on legs. It was legs yesterday, so no cardio yesterday, but I have cardio today. Plan of action, drink this, cardio, and then a coffee. But once I've had my coffee, I will also make my digestion drink, which I will show you what I'm putting in that. And then it will be on to meal 1. However, today, me and Riv, like I said, are travelling down to Cornwall. We're travelling down to Newquay, which is about an hour away. And we are going to go to a breakfast spot, have a little bit of normality, and get a acai bowl, one of them, or like a protein yogurt bowl. They look insane. But like I said, today is a rest day. I did want to record yesterday and record my leg session, however I was working, so the majority of yesterday was just work. I was in work from about 2 to 11. This would have been a really short vlog, so I'll record the rest day, and today we'll just go through how this next off season is going to go and all the current plans and just the information side, starting off episode 1 of the bulk, let's say. River has just woke up, so I'm gonna make her a coffee and be a good boyfriend. Did I also mention she likes her coffee cold in the morning? Nah, that is not it. A warm coffee in the morning is way better than a cold coffee. However, this is a nice coffee. Morning necessities. Riv's there popping my back spots.
I primed it last night. If you do half a squeeze night before, they grow by the morning.
Basically, she just infects them the night before, and then, which a spot wouldn't have even been a spot basically before. No. Riv makes them into a spot so she can then squeeze them.
Nurture them, grow them. It's just a scab.
Cardio done, check-in done, hydration drink down, so now I can finally have my coffee, which is what I've been looking forward to all morning. Made Riv's coffee, she enjoyed it, it was a good one. Was it a good one?
Super good.
Yeah, smashed it. She's still weird, she likes cold coffees in the morning. However, her coffee is really nice, I'll give her that. Of course, I have to fill the tank up for my coffee. And the drip tray.
That's the biggest
The worst
spell.
part, put one bean in. A few of these My Protein flavour drops, toffee drops in the coffee. Oh, so good. So good. Cheers. Been looking forward to this all morning. And yes, I am still weighing out even the milk I put in this. Even though it's almond milk and it's like 14 calories for 100 ml. Still getting weighed out, still getting tracked. I'm now going to go have a shower and then we will be travelling down to Newquay. So, in the hydration drink we've got 10 grams of L-glutamine. I put 10 grams of pure aloe vera juice, 10 grams of lemon juice, half a scoop of Strom's Digest Max, and I've got a ginger root extract, a probiotic, and an apple cider vinegar here. I'm now going to put all this in the shaker, and that'll be my digestion drink. And I have that with around 600 ml of water. Cannot forget the ice. So the reason I'm very on top of this digestion drink at the minute is because my food is being increased, meaning I want that midsection to stay tight. I want to be digesting my food very well. Obviously I'm classic physique, so I want to try and keep that midsection tight throughout the off season and just make sure food is going in, I don't stay bloated, and all these supplements help with that. So like I said, I'll have this in the morning or I'll have it before meal one. I'm going to have this now, and then when we get down to Newquay, it should be good to go. And my digestion should be on point. I've also got my health sups prepped for after I have meal one down in Newquay, so they'll come with me. Always have them after meal one because it just sits in your stomach pretty poorly else. Yes, YouTube, it's been a while since we've been in the car like this because I broke the Osmo stand. But we are back, got a new one, and it even charges the Osmo. Wow. But we are off now to Newquay. We've got some normality back in our life now, which feels nice, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Nice chilled weekend. We are going to go to, I think it's called Blend, which was a recommendation from Rev's good friend Millie. So it looks very good. So we're going to go have a nice little day, nice little date, and just get back to normality. So I'll show you what it looks like when we get down there. I think it's about an hour drive. But we love driving together, and I've missed our little drives on the weekend, to be honest.
I know. This is going to seem like a short drive.
Little road trip going in. Let's go. Well, I think that was the nicest thing I have ate since prep. What did you think, Riv?
Yeah, it was good. It was really nice.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
It was horrendously busy when we turned up, so we were going to take it away, but by the time they made it, it was died down a little bit.
The matcha was fucking delicious.
The matcha was lovely. Very, very good. Strawberry matcha. I don't even really like matcha that much, but when it has the strawberry in, very good. But that meal definitely had like all my fats for the day. But we were going to go for a walk. The weather is terrible, even though it was meant to be like 20 degrees and sunny today. So we will probably head back now, and Riv's training. So I'm going to go to the gym with her, do some steps and posing practice because I need to keep up with that. We've made it to the gym. The weather is still horrendous. Not that you can see it, but it's just not a nice day. So I've got steps to do, and I'm also going to do some abs and some posing whilst River trains. That food this morning was incredible. Oh my god, it was so good. I've kind of gauged the calories though, not good at all. Guesstimating it's probably like 50 grams of fat minimum, probably like 100 carbs and like 20 protein. That's like a guesstimate. So yeah, we'll try fit it in today. We'll see what we're doing. I'll probably just remove 1 or 2 meals and then just eat the rest of my meals the same, and then see what weight says tomorrow. I'm not stressing too much about it. In terms of off plans, that was like the second one we've had since prep ended. So we had a katsu curry on and some sushi on River's birthday, and then we just had that this morning. And to be honest, I really needed that. I needed some normality. I've literally been on plan to the T, to the water I'm taking in, to the salt I'm taking in. Everything has been on point to the gram. So having this morning was good. It was like a little bit of normality, and it's now reset me, and I'm ready to just get back on meal plan basically. So it was a good thing to do. No cravings or anything like that now for shit food, because that was basically shit food. Even though they say it's healthy, it was shit food, let's be honest. But I'm good now, so this week should be good in terms of food and everything. And let's go get the steps done. Once steps are done, we will run through the off-season plans. Whacked out about 5k steps in the end, which is nice. So now we'll go through what this series is going to be about and the plans moving forward. So this series is literally just going to be my off season. I'm going to try and document my off season every single week throughout YouTube, and the plan is basically about a year. We're going to plan to grow for about a year, and during that year we'll probably have to pull back a little bit, but the main goal for me right now is I need to just put on as much muscle as I can in the right places. And the right places for me right now are my quads, my back, and then just overall everything. But I think my quads and my back, if we can really push those body parts, it will help make the classic physique structure more classic, building that X frame. Right, in terms of my current setup, I'm going to put the calories on screen. But we are on a training day. We are on 3,343 calories, 226 protein, 504 carbs, and 47 fats. And on a non-training day, rest day, we're on 3,098 calories, 221 protein, 441 carbohydrates, and 50 fat. And if we look at my timeline, so that is the food that went in immediately post-prep. So the lowest my food got on prep, I think on a rest day it was 2,000, on a train day it was like 2,300. So straight after prep, we jumped up the calories to 3.4 and 3k. I know that seems like a big jump up, but during our peak week, we were eating around 3.4k. My weight was actually moving down, so we were in a heavy deficit moving into the end of prep, and my body was using that food, utilizing it, and I wasn't putting on that much weight. So we jumped the food straight up to here, and honestly, it's been really good. In terms of like my weight movements since show, it's been really good. So I believe my lowest weight during prep and on stage, I think it was 76.7 kilos from what I can remember, which is 169 pounds. And my current weight is 79.9 kilos, which is 176 pounds. So since show, in that 3-week stage, we are up 8 pounds, or about 3.2 kilos. So in those 3 weeks, we put on about a kilo a week, which post-show, with how depleted I was, I think is very reasonable. And the actual goal and plan post-show for us was, in the 6 weeks post-show, we didn't want to go over 185 pounds. So I'm currently 176 pounds, meaning I'm 3 weeks in, I've got 3 more weeks, 9 pounds I could potentially put on, which I'm not going to hit. So we said we're probably not going to go over 180 pounds in the next 6 weeks, which would leave us in a really nice spot, not putting on too much weight after prep, but also putting on some weight, getting a little bit healthier. I feel a lot healthier. I feel like I've got way more energy. Don't get me wrong, I am still dragging some days, but all the energy I've got is going into training. I'm getting way stronger each session. Sessions feel amazing. I'm getting good pumps. So we're in a really nice spot. And I think I've managed post-prep for a first timer very, very well. I'll also go through a little bit about my new split, and I am really, really enjoying the new split. Currently do a 5-day split, which is upper legs, rest, push, triceps, so like a push session, and then we do posterior, and then we do quads and arms, and it is feeling amazing. This way I'm getting some more volume through my quads compared to what I was used to be doing. The quads are on a separate day to the hamstrings, meaning I can really just focus on the quads. I'm getting a decent amount of arm volume in, and I'm hitting everything else I need to, at least twice a week. So it's really good. Managing fatigue with this split has been really good so far. So I'm very happy with the split, and we're going to run this for probably the majority of the off season until we see how it puts muscle on me and how I'm shaping up, and then if we need to, we'll change it. But right now, I'm very happy with the split. So that is the current setup. I am doing 12k steps a day still, and I'm doing 15 minutes of cardio 6 times a week. And that is what we're going to be running now for the next few weeks. And any changes that we make, I will now be vlogging it and updating it through the YouTube. The goal is to get massive. The goal is to put on as much size as I can in this next year, and then maybe aim to compete again end of next year, or even early 27. I'll quickly touch on post-show and how I feel like I've managed it really well and what's helped me to manage that. So number one, my routine from prep is still in place. It's still exactly the same. I'm just doing a little bit less cardio, and I now have milk in my coffee in the morning, so my cardio isn't technically fasted, but I'm still doing my cardio, I'm still getting up at the same time, I'm sleeping at the same time, so that is all the same. My whole routine is still exactly the same. My meals, I'm sticking to the meal plan, meaning I'm not tempted to go and have other foods even though I can have them. I prep all my meals in the morning like I did on prep, so that is all the food that I'm basically eating for the day, and then I don't have to stress it. I've kept my water and my salt intake exactly the same as it was on prep. So everything from prep is basically the same. The only thing that's different now is I'm eating a little bit more food and I'm training better. Don't get me wrong, the hunger for the first 2 weeks, even this week, has been absolutely brutal. It's been very hard, especially in work. I've not been too busy, so I am just sat there waiting, watching the clock, waiting for my next meal, like I was on prep, but it feels even worse because my appetite has ramped up a lot. When you eat more food, when your body's in a really lean position, when you start eating more, your body's like, all right, cool, we're finally being fed, and it just wants more. Appetite has been rampant, but I'm dealing with it well. The way I'm dealing with it is I know if I can get through this phase and not cheat and not binge, that it's going to set me up so much better for my off season. And if I can set up better for my off season, it means I can spend longer eating more food and growing because I'm in better condition. And the longer I can spend growing and not need to pull back food, the more muscle I'm going to put on, and the better I'm going to look on stage when I next get on. When you go into a post-prep phase, yes, you don't have that immediate goal and date like you did in prep. If you're serious about bodybuilding, you still have that goal. That goal is still there. You're basically now just on a long prep. This is what I'm going to actually call the series, the long prep. Because I don't feel like it's an off season. I feel like you're still on season. In fact, your off season is arguably as important as a prep, because this is where you put your muscle on. It's where you improve. You don't want to slack off in your off season. Yes, you can be a little bit more flexible. Yes, you can enjoy life a little bit more, but you still need to be really rigid if you want to make serious improvements. So the series is going to be called The Long Prep. I like that name. That's a good one. If you're serious about bodybuilding and you want to make serious improvements, you will treat post-show as it needs to be done. You will treat it that it's going to be difficult. You're going to want to eat foods, and because you haven't got a show coming up, you can eat food. Doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you should start binging and just putting on loads of weight. Don't do it. Make the most of this phase. Your body is super sensitive. Make the most of it. Set yourself up for a good off season, and you'll be thankful because you'll make so much more progress. That is the motivation for me moving forward, and why I've been really on point with post-prep. and the diet and everything like that. And yeah, if there's anything else today, I'll put it on the vlog, but for the minute, I think that's pretty good. Catch you in a bit.